Was he telling you that he is a senior fellow of the African Policy Lens? I told you they turn out fake
There's Dr. Frank Bannon.
All of them are like
Dr. Yadom.
The last time, let me tell you, the last time I came here and did analysis
Professor Bwedi.
Professor Bwedi, I know him very well. He's a Baumia loyalist. I spoke about Dr. Donfe. He called me, insulted, you are stupid, you are a fool. I told him that you are not mad enough. What is this? When you expose them, then they come back and insult you and send you text message on top of it that you are this, you are that. We are talking about serious matters. What is scientific about what Zaato did this morning? That the
they did the poll and the academics.
Did you listen to him?
Repute.
Did you listen to him? He said the basis for the establishment of Baumia, the leading candidate, is that they look at when you visit a candidate. I mean, the basis of the poll is that you must just go and visit the delegates, and that's all. You get your vote.
No.
That's what he said.
It's Yemo Bibia Kwaba. Na yem formula yem platform we eswo. Abusiafo Solomon Owusu, Director of Communications, Edema United Party. Na owura we di medical catcher say, Ebase yen criticize MPP with facts, evidence, or your top notch, and I like his analysis and somehow waka how I will see responding to issues. In fact, I love this Solomon Owusu guy. In fact, this man is full of wisdom and integrity. Waklashi with Dr. Zaato, MPP political analyst. Ono de why na adwen so se na adwen da. De bi obedi ntro, de bi obeka nsema yinim. Na Rashid Tanku, Deputy Director of Elections, Edema NDC, Amanyuku no. I think the GTEC ono no ye CEO sesen. Na ono so e wo honum bi. Na na efa MPP abato yo mo kono. Yankopo ya adoma da memene da 31st of January 2026. Osince abato we duly be MPP. While responding to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe na po nsema akokan ya ochirimu a cabinet a ono mukọ MPP wa ban mu ono mukọ nyina no obi a no onim nyansa pa. In fact, President Akufo-Addo nyina te ho hwane kinufurata chese good so MPP good so nyina wo cabinet ni so bi obi a no wo nyansa pa Dr. Alhaji Baumia. Sanse mwe Solomon Owusu akasa afa ho. Na mempese mekasa ho bibie beko ne kwakuti. Solomon Owusu nsemo de tu edwa efa sanse mu na ekoba ednaka ina beto aso. Meso so document betum na like na wa share na foforo enye bia hwe. Yenti nsani bi ekoba beto aso.
So Roland, everything has been wrong, and growing up there was a program on TV that was called Journey to the West, also I don't know, Shefu and Wukong. Yeah, I think this
Journey to the West. That's a Chinese.
Yes, these people have embarked on what I call Journey to Abyss. The party will never be the same after Saturday because it's an own goal. First of all, immediately election 2024 was over. 14th of December, they set up a committee in the Ashanti region. That committee was chaired by Chairman Zaato. Remember, Chairman Zaato is a leading member of the Baumia campaign, Baumia elected campaign. The whole idea was to create an impression in the minds of the people that the defeat had nothing to do with the one that led them in the last election, that's Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. So the outcome of that report was that, yes, they attributed the defeat to the loose talks of Kennedy Japan. Nothing was attributed to the vice president. There again, they attributed the defeat to the delegate system, corruption, and mismanagement of the economy. It is the reason why, since December of 2024, you realize that any campaign platform that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mounted, he tried to distance himself from the happenings in government, saying that he was just a mere mate.
Was it wrong?
Absolutely. What have we been told by Napo? As for Napo, the moment he speaks, I laugh. I would always wish that you speak.
Napo.
Oh, Napo. How can you go and say that the cabinet that you were sitting, Mahmoud Baumia was the wisest person? You have even insulted Akufo-Addo.
I don't understand.
But you go to cabinet. You that sits in cabinet. You had about 90 members sitting in cabinet. Look straight into all of them, their faces, and say, of all the 90, the wisest person was Mahmoud Baumia. How can you do that to the very person that...
But that is his observation, Solomon.
That is why they went on a thank you tour. The people realized that, but for the benevolence of the Ghanaian, Napo would have been your vice president. Loose talker like that. He would have been going to the UN to go and visit sorters there. How can you do that? The last time he came and even looked straight at his own uncle, President Kufuor, and said that Nana Kufuor had outperformed all of them, including his uncle. Digging a hole means performance. So clearly, they have not been in the top of shapes. But let's go into the various issues that have come out. They started with a thank you tour. Under the thank you tour, remember someone was stabbed in Bantama, leading to Kennedy Japan withdrawing from the thank you tour. It was within the thank you tour that the national chairman, someone who had contested for this position for that long, Stephen Ayesu's team, decided to withdraw from it, and since then resigned. Now we don't even know his whereabouts. So as we speak, the NPP has no substantive national chairman. Now fast forward, what have they been telling us? We have already discussed issues of sins. Kennedy Japan's 10 sins, Baumia's 16 sins, was it Brian's 10 sins, Aduchum's 10 sins. I think it's Kennedy Japan that they are yet to find about 3 or 4 sins. But even with them, they have found some 1 or 2 sins with him.
Kwabene Japan.
Kwabene Japan. They say he's a lazy man. That's what they have told him. That's his sin. So clearly, they themselves have told us that all of them have sinned, and that on Saturday they will be giving us what we call the Holy Sinner for the people of this country to deal with.
Oh,
you are going to give us Holy Sinner on Saturday.
Oh, Solomon.
Now, fast forward. You come to the messaging. What have they been telling us? You go to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that we are made to believe that he is the wisest person on earth. In fact, amongst the MPP, he is the wisest person. What has been his campaign message? The major message that he has given to the MPP delegates is that, given the opportunity, he will send them to Israel to go and pray.
He didn't say that.
Oh!
He said he will sponsor Christians, like the way when it comes to Muslim pilgrims to Mecca, they are also subsidized. That's what he said.
How different is what I said from what you are saying?
Well,
the man says that
that's
you and I,
my decoding of
our tax revenue, the tax that you are paying, and I will be paying, should, in an unlikely event, he becomes the president of this land, he will use it to sponsor.
What is wrong? We do that for Muslims.
What are we talking about?
Subsidize
I give you my
marginally.
That's the more reason why Ghanaians might not even make the mistake of thinking about him, giving him 10% in the next elections. Because this Saturday election is being rigged for him. He's going to win anyway. There is nothing scientific. I heard my brother Zaato talk about scientific polls. Last year, didn't I expose the Africa policy lens to you? Last year, were you not here when Zaato himself was denied that he was a member of the Africa policy lens? Today, Frosley is telling you that he is a senior fellow of the Africa policy lens. I told you they turn out fake
Dr.
polls.
Frank Bano.
All of them are
Dr. Yadom.
The last time, let me tell you, the last time I came here and did analysis
Professor Bwedi.
Professor Bwedi, I know him very well. He's a Bawumia loyalist. I spoke about Dr. Donfe. He called me, insulted, you are stupid, you are a fool. I told him that you are not mad enough. What is this? When you expose them, then they come back and insult you and send you text message on top of it that you are this, you are that. We are talking about serious matters. What is scientific about what Zaato did this morning? That the
no, they did the poll and the academics.
Did you listen to him?
Repute.
Did you listen to him? He said the basis for the establishment of Bawumia as the leading candidate is that they look at when you visit a candidate. I mean, the basis of the poll is that you must just go and visit the delegates, and that's all. You get your vote.
No.
That's what he said.
It's one of many of the
indicators. That's the main.
No, you have his turn to respond.
No, that's the thrust of his argument. That because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia visited the delegate, that is all that the delegates needed. The delegates do not care about the economic circumstances, do not care about what you intend to do for them. I mean, beyond sending people to Israel, the next thing that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has said is that given the opportunity, he would employ 10 people per constituency.
But he's thinking about the party, Solomon Owusu.
So every constituency has 10 people. Is that the way someone that must be thinking
talking
aloud?
about party loyalists.
How can you? Because you see, the point is that when you are voted for as a president, you don't serve only the interests of your party members. In any case, if you were to go to take 276 constituencies, do we have only 10 members of the party in each of the constituency? And what criteria? Instead of thinking about big policies and programs that will serve the interests of the public, you are rather thinking inwardly and saying that I will employ 10 people. And what would he do?
But it's an internal election.
What is what? The reason why we are discussing this matter falls under Article 55 of our Constitution. The NPP is a public institution that must be subjected to scrutiny. Because if we make mistake and they come to power, you and I will be paying a tax revenue to them to manage it and manage it well. So that is the next, campaign message that you are giving to the people. That he's going to employ 10 people per constituency. The next thing I heard from him is that he's going to build toilets. The last time he promised, he has bought the toilet again.
No.
Go to Abubulushi. The one he promised, he has not
because
that.
As part of his messaging, he said that, and argues that the gold board policy. It's the foundation. It's his gold for oil policy and then also the purchase program. That
is why you must not even listen to him. The last time I told you that the gold for oil, the last Bank of Ghana financial statement told you that they lost 1.82 billion through the gold for oil. A steady policy. It was for top. It was corruption personified. And I don't even know why this government. I've heard the Bank of Ghana say that they are conducting forensic audit into that matter. And I can tell you that the levels of expose that will come out if they are going to do a meticulous job, it will blow your mind, and you will begin to chase those that have been championing the gold for oil.
You take all the indicators. So, El Bernard, Africa Policy Lens, Global Info Analytics, highly reputable, even acknowledged by Zaato himself. And then Dr. Evans Dua also saying, get connected, Kennedy Japo will be winning. It puts them head to head. And that means that an outcome could go either way, even though you make a claim that the DMB camp will be winning. At the end of the day, what's your own focus like that? Post the election, actions need to be undertaken to unite the party?
First of all, it's going to be very difficult for them to unite the party. Listening to Kennedy Japan and listening to other contenders, the Kennedy says that, he has repeated that Bawumia is a liar. And he said that he's not going to withdraw it. Because, you see, there are certain messages when you are in the campaign, when you say it's very easy to retract or withdraw and reconcile. Where people have taken an entrenched position. Kennedy is saying Bawumia is a liar. After the elections, how does he campaign for someone who is a liar? Then people will be seeing him in a different light. Now, the Kennedy's camp, the Bawumia's camp have also called Kennedy a mad person. How do you then present a mad person and then the rest will come together? Now, they have called him a mad person. I've heard Koka and the rest. You understand? So the point is that these people referring to themselves as mad, as a liar, I have heard Kennedy refer to Bawumia as autistic. How do you then present an autistic person to us? You understand? So it's a matter that where they have gotten to, it will be very, very difficult for them to reconcile after these elections. And that's why I don't envy them. Look, their polls, their prophecies, if you take Africa Lens, if you take, info analytics, if you take Bernard, they are all they are all in the same shoe like Ebonoa. I mean, it's just prediction, not based on any scientific.
Noah's Ark.
No, but he also predicted that he got himself into that police. So after this, if he doesn't come in, should we go and run all of these people up and say that you also deceive the people?
Ebonoa.
So the truth of the matter is that they have not done anything scientific. First of all, who is sponsoring all these people? Polls do not come cheap.
I don't understand.
Who is sponsoring info? Global Info, who is sponsoring the Africa Policy Lens to come out with.
It's a company.
It's a company sponsored by who? Somebody must be sponsoring. And whose interests are they serving?
Chandra, call Evans Dua and then also Global Info Analytics.
Let me find out who is sponsoring them.
Okay, points made. Rashid, at the end of the day, you are watching on the sidelines. And it's important that you observe keenly. I mean, Kennedy Japan, DMB, as the predictions are, of course, Zaato and Global Info Analytics and some other polls say DMB will win. Dr. Evans Dua says Kennedy Japan will win. Formidable candidate for you. Headache.
Well, like I stated initially, we already know the outcome of the 31st elections. So, as a political party, we are not perturbed at all. Because we know each of them, we know the strength of each of them. In any case, they are not even winning. So the person that they brought for the 2024 is the one they are bringing back again.
That's your target is DMB.
Of course, okay. I'm saying that.
So what if DMB doesn't win and then Ken wins? So you have no strategy for...
The thing is straightforward. I've been in this game for a very long time. In my experience in this game, I don't need to be in classroom to tell you about this experience that I've gathered over the years. I've been an election officer since 1996 for the party. So I've gone through the mill in this business, okay, for all this while. And I can tell you clearly, and that is why when I'm making my projection, when I'm speaking about election, I'm confident about certain things. I know what I'm talking about. I can tell you this process is properly designed for DMB. I don't expect any surprises. No, at all. In any case, should there be any surprise, that surprise will only lead them maybe to a second round. Of course, the DMB will still win. Because looking at the area of people, it appears about two other candidates in there are just a proxy or Ponzi candidate for DMB. They are in there. If you look at their posting, their outlook and other thing, it's just DMB line.
There are 5. Oh.
There are 5, but are 2 of them.
So we take 2 out.
I'll take
the rest
out.
of the 3.
The rest of the 3 are just one-sided.
They are puppets.
I say they are just one-sided.
Of DMB, so
of
to
course,
speak,
yes.
in quotes.
It's a well-orchestrated plan. You will even see what they are doing, their output, and then their attack is rather on one of the candidates. If you look at 2 of them, they are seriously attacking one candidate. They are not even talking of DMB.
So we have 2 leading candidates.
Yes.
And the rest 3, at least 2 of those 3, they are attacking one of the 2.
One of the 2. It's very clear there.
Is it a riddle?
That's why I'm saying that there's a Ponzi game being played out there. It's a strategy. You see, when you are going into this business, it's just like the 2024. You saw some political parties contesting. They were being sponsored by the ruling government then. They brought them there. We go to an IPAC meeting and you see them, anytime they are singing, the chorus come from them. So it's a plan. We do have all these things where you sponsor some Ponzi people to come and be singing your song and pretend that they are also political parties. It's just this thing they are doing. 2 of them is Baumia people. And they are seriously watching, assuming, because, the last time he was just on the touchline. And with this 38.2%, they are not sure whether he can still make it over the 50% that they are looking at. So should that thing happen, then the 2 of them will quickly declare and that we are supporting Baumia. Are you getting that? That will force the other person, who is also independent of himself, to now look at the 2 where he can do a political marketing. That is what they are doing. And so it's a clear strategy that has been played out there. But we, as a political party, NDC, we are watching on the touchline. We are watching closely. In fact, I was telling Dr. Zaato, my good brother, that they should, and then one of the committee members, that we want, if they can give us accreditation as monitors, or observers.
The NDC?
Yes, of course. Why not?
You want to go and observe for the...
Yes, because we don't trust what these people are going to do. You need to observe and tell Ghanaians the truth. Because you know that one of them says...
The candidates have observers. We have the Electoral Commission managing the polls for them.
But you only have observers, independent observers. Anytime we are doing, they are accredited. Is that not true? We are public institution or agency, of course, organization, and we want to observe, the processes. Because we've heard one of them saying that he's going to set up anti-rigging squad. One of the candidates.
Anti-rigging squad?
Yes.
Who said that?
It's Kennedy Japan. He said he
believes the election could be rigged?
That they rigged him. They rigged the election the last time. He mentioned that he got some place 104, and they wrote 14 for him.
I think I heard that.
Yes, he's been saying it. And some place he got 75, and they gave him 0. So he doesn't trust these people. And that is why he was saying when they brought the document for him to sign, he indicated he wasn't signing because they expunged some clause. And they were forcing when anything happened, they should accept the results. How can I accept such a result, anything that happened there? And
the perception by the DMB camp, and then those who are the larger number of NPP supporters, that the NDC seem to be supporting Kennedy. And so the refrain is, if the NDC, maybe social media commentators and then public commentators seem to be going towards Kennedy Japan, it means that DMB is the person.
The question is, have they gone to play the tapes of Kennedy Japan attacking NDC and this leadership? They should go and play the videos. If we are going to support somebody, it's not going to be Kennedy Japan. Look at it. He didn't even mince words in attacking His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He said a lot of things.
That he burned his house.
Burn his house and our national chairman and all that. He has been saying all these things. And when he was saying, they were clapping for him.
I don't understand.
The NPP guys, all those people, they were clapping and enjoying his expressions. When he was attacking judges and all that, they were happy with him. And so when has he become the darling boy of NDC? We are saying that this political party NPP, they have planned the thing, cooked the thing, and you see the internal democratic credentials of each of the parties. It's important that we must question what is going on there. It's very important because, like my good brother Solomon said, should they get into office? Are we not going to pay our taxes to them? They managed our taxes for 8 years, wasted everybody's time and all that. And now they are struggling. You see, instead of them to do soul searching, they are angry for power. Why are they angry? We should be questioning that. Why are they so desperate to come back just after losing the election and getting 38.2? They are struggling to come back. My good brother said I shouldn't say 38.2. I don't know why he has issues with me. Dr. Zaato is always
he said
I should have it.
The accepted results.
That's been gazetted. But when we lost in 2016, another thing, they came out and they were all over that they've beaten NDC over 1 million votes. Did they beat NDC over 1 million votes? What are they talking about? We know that we collated the results, and our results is very clear. We have our results. We have, look, NPP tell them they should bring their own results and we see. They don't have. In 2020, we had our own results. By 10 p.m. that night, we had finished them. And our results was reading 38.2. It was very clear. And that's why Dr. Baumuya had to quickly run and accepted the result, because he knew that if they were to come out with their own results, it would even be worse. And so for that one, that is what we have. We collated our results, we had our results, and then our results pointed to 38.2%. And it's very clear, the records are there. Until the 9 other constituency came in, and then up to now, they are still struggling to put out these things. So, Doctor Zaato, I am not cooking figures for you. That is what we have. And that is what our database is telling us.
Dr. Zaato, are you on stream? Dr. Zaato? Okay. So we'll try and call Dr. Evans Dria. He did the polls predicting that we're going to have the polls going the way of I think the one at number one, right? And all that.
Kennedy,
yeah. So at the end of the day, it also means that for you, the United Party, you need to get your act together.
We are more than getting our acts together. Let me say that ever since they started their process, the number of people that are registering at our website, and for the benefit of your viewers, our website continues to remain www.unitedpartyghana.org. I can tell you that a lot of them have started joining us, that they know it is not going anywhere. This is only a fiction.
For real?
Oh, for real. I would never lie for any reason. They know that what they are doing is not going to get to anywhere. They know the party has not learned anything from it. It is only a process to rubber stamp Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on Saturday, impose on them for their own personal parochial interest. Either than that, how can you go into an election and lose heftily like that? No proper research, no reorganization. All you care about is to bring a flag bearer. Now, when you bring the flag bearer, for the next 3 years, what is the flag bearer going to do? What is he going to do? That he's going to go around and campaign that when I was in power, the cedi to the dollar was, 17 cedi, and now it's 10 cedi, so I was better off. Is that what you want to subject your flag bearer to? That you let your flag bearer be going around and say that when I was the head of economic management team and the vice president, a liter of diesel was being sold for 23 cedis, and now it's being sold for 9 cedi, and so my government was better off. That you subject your flag bearer to the Ghanaian and say that when I was in power, the debt to the GDP was 65%, now it's about 45%, so vote for the NPP. That you go back to Ghanaians and tell them that, oh, when we were in power, we dug that big hole that brought in economic emancipation. So vote for me, vote for the new patriotic party, that when he goes around, he will be confronted with the issues of corruption, and he will go and explain that, oh yes, it was a good idea that someone swindled the country 2.4 billion at the national service, someone led us to SMLD, someone led us into PDS, someone led us into the National Cathedral, and the former finance minister happily so has run away to the United States and is not coming back. Is that the campaign message? Is that what he's going to go around and be telling the people of this country? That's why the top-down approach, whichever you look at it, I heard Professor Makukwe yesterday with Beatrice defend the position. I think one of the problems of the day of the party is Professor Makukwe. the titles are misleading the party.
Titles?
How can you?
It's an experienced
what
politician,
experience? What
academician,
experience? What experience?
Reverend,
what experience?
Former Speaker of Parliament.
Christ in me, that as a former speaker, as a former member of Parliament for Dome, he could not use that experience to back his own son to win a very safe seat. Dome Kwabenya, safe, they lost. You understand? That after losing by such a hefty margin in Dome Kwabenya, what you could advise the party is that they must embark on a top-down approach to maintain the very delegates that elected a very weak candidate called Dr. Mubawia, who led them to a very hefty defeat, and that process and that system is good. How can you advise the party like that? And that is why he is a professor, another professor by name, Professor Fribourg, what he says, no, these are fake members of the party. By fake members of the party, probably was referring to some of them. And that the virtual members who believe in the ideals and the principles of the party do not believe that the direction in which that they are going will serve the interests of the party. And I believe that they have shot themselves in the foot. They are never going to come back. They are going to play relegation matches with the CPP. And the United Party will continue to do what is right for the people of this country. And that as I've admonished the youth of this country, it is time for us to have a paradigm shift, to move in a different direction, so that we will taste a different government, a government that belongs to you. The youth of this country today are no more interested that I was born into this party, born into that party. All that the teeming youth of this country cares about is that they have been given a very good job, good jobs that can pay them so that they can rent, marry, and live a decent life. That's all that they are calling for, and not what they are doing and treating. That when you can come and employ 10 people from each constituency, how does that help the economy of Ghana? How does it help?
This is an internal election. I'll say that again. And I think, is that not the way
internal election? Beyond the internal election, I don't know going to face the people of this country.
Cabinet, Rashid Tanko, please, Cabinet has approved revocation of state lands without process audit. And we're told there's a whole concern about cabinets and the state lands that sometimes are located, etc. What's your own observation about it so far?
I think that's a laudable idea from Cabinet. Let's applaud them for taking such a bold step.
Why?
It's important, but look at how the state lands were being disputed and distributed like toffees. If you go up north for northern, especially Tamale, they finished all the state lands.
So then NDC will not get some.
No, that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama stated that no, we are not coming in for that matter to go and then be running after state lands and other things. That is why they came up with this kind of things. Very, very important.
So around the airport area, when you go to Tamale,
yes, they have taken everything. Lemashegu and even go to West Hospital. The lands over there, which was meant to help expand the hospital, and then the workers will say they sold everything to private people. Regional administration, you go, they sold everything. I think they're behaving as if they will not be Ghana after NPP again. And even in Accra, you saw what they were doing. Look, there are even other issues we can even talk about. Do you know that Metro Mass and this transport, I hope we're going to talk about that. They sold buses, 3,000 Ghana cedis. Buses. But you know that you're investigating that matter.
Yeah, but you value. When you value.
How can you value a bus, a whole bus, a whole bus, which has just run for about 3 years or 4 years? You go and value 3,000 Ghana cedis. What is the cost of the tie? One tie of a bus. And then these people, only God knows, NPP, I don't know why they are still looking for power.
So you agree to Cabinet's decision?
No, completely. Okay. I stand by them. What they have done.
So if one day it is seen that a leading NDC member has access to state land, what happens?
Yesterday, interestingly enough, we saw the minister himself when the vice president visited the ministry and was emphatic on that matter. Very clear. If you are an officer of state or government official, and you cannot go and look for your own land, and yours is to go and be hovering around looking for state lands, are you a serious person? Are you a serious person? We have learned our lessons. We've been in opposition for 8 years, my brother. And we have sat down and watched these people, how they mess up the country, and they were humiliated with 38.2%. We don't want to go that path. We don't want to go that path. we will allow the state actors to work accordingly and make sure that the state make good use of the state lands. If the lands are for stool lands or skin land, let them deal with their matter. They are for state lands. No, we will not allow those kind of things. And we have been talking to each other. As chief executive, ministers and other things, we've been talking. Please, keep off from that side. That is not where you should do. If you want, there are stool lands or skin land. Go and see the chiefs. If they want to give you land, that's your matter. But state one, So that's why I'm saying that this one, they will stand by and the minister was very clear about it. This government wants Ghanaians to benefit from what they are doing. The resources, everything in the country belongs to the good people of Ghana. We are only here to preside over it and make sure that we handle it and then judiciously for them. Prudent management of Ghana resources for the people to benefit from it. And that is what we are doing. And so I back them. What he has done, he knows what he's doing. They have elected us to come and implement our policies, and we are doing same. But not to go and be looking, hunting for land wherever there are land and say redemarcation or what and be taken. No, that is not what government is coming to do. NDC will not do that. And that is why I'm saying that this one, we back it. And I've been saying it, we've spoken to each other very well about it. If you want your land, go. You know where the stool lands are, the chiefs are. Go and see them. For them, that's your cup of tea. You and them can deal with your matter. But off state lands, let's make sure that if we are going to redesign another thing, we redesign it for the benefit of the state. I back them. I support them for that.
So if you are offered a state land, you will not take it? As Rashid Tanko, Gifek boss.
You know what? I am a royal from a community, a Bimbila, a Jino. We have plenty of lands over there.
But you live in Accra?
Accra, what am I from this place? What am I going to be doing here? I have plenty of this over there. My village is over there. I'm here to work. Why should I be going and be chasing for lands? To do what? See, that's the problem. What are you going to chase for? You only need this. You see, I'm interested in, I've been saying, why are people so interested in getting plenty lands and that? What are you going to do with it? When the man said he will everything for the forest, he was willing forest. The late General Secretary of NPP, Sir John. Forest cry lands, he was willing it for people. Achimota forest, they were willing it for. What are we going to do it? For all this, and please, look, if you want, go back to your hometown. The chiefs are there, the lands are there, plenty over there. You can go and pick them. You help them develop the place. Look, I needed to do something in my community and I went. My uncle was there, the chief over there. He just use his hand like this. Look at this place. This tree to this tree, you can take. They are there free, lying down there.
That's Bimbila.
Bimbila is there.
Not in Accra.
I'm saying that people doing it here, they have their communities, they have their villages.
Okay.
Why can't they go there and help them develop in those areas?
I get your point.
And so that we leave government lands, so that the government can also use it to develop the place.
So that's
we
why
need hospitals, we need places, and all this.
That's why most NDC old people, they live at Hacho.
Yes. Because they were in those days.
I'm right here.
You see that those days people are not even there.
But they said Rollins will not allow you to go. But some few have. The acquisition,
exactly.
Yeah. But what do you make of this? I mean, it's something. It's a phenomenon that is pervasive among the political class.
It's a good thing, you know, Roland. I studied land economy at KUST.
So you are a land economist.
Yeah, I'm a land economist, and one of the.
Is it by profession or by study?
No, by profession. Yes, but one of the difficulties that I have in my life is how state actors, officials, are so greedy, and do not even appreciate why the state decided to acquire lands. If you look at when we promulgated the State Act, Lands Act in 1962, it tells you the foresight of those that were leading there, that the state needed lands to be putting up estates, quarters. Remember in those days when the teacher was transferred from one location to the other, it was not then that the teacher would be going around looking for an accommodation. And that by the time you get there, there was already an accommodation for you to go and occupy. A nurse will be posted. Before the nurse gets to the district, there is already accommodation, a doctor. Recently, you posted the statistics where doctors had been posted to various regions and then they were not going. One of the reasons why they were not going was the fact that when they went to their new locations, there were no enough accommodation for them to as it were, occupy. And one of the reasons is that lands that could have been used to develop government houses have been sold. Estates that were for government purposes have been sold. And I asked myself, where from this greed? But you see, this whole policy from this government will not be complete if they do not revoke the EI 144 or the Cessation of Forest Act. That criminally minded act that was introduced, executive instrument that was introduced by Nana Akufo-Addo, aided by that young man, Abu Jinapo. You came to meet the Achimota forest over there. Because of criminality, you say you are giving it back to the Owu family. To go and do what? Remember, before any land is taken, the law mandates an adequate compensation to be paid. Compensation. So all these people have been adequately paid. When you hear government say that, oh, those lands that we took from the families, we never paid adequate compensation, it's a lie, it's a certain.
At the time.
They paid. They paid them. But what they do is that they will intentionally come and tell you that, oh, we love the old family so much, so we are giving it back to them. None of the lands get back to them. They just create the impression, they go back and then share the land. So I will appeal to President Mahama that it's a good move that you are, as you're putting an embargo or cancelling all public lands that have been sold, although that have not been processed. But to put the icing on the cake, to let the elders and the ghosts and the ancestors rejoice in their graves, and the elderly men who are in their homes watching, please revoke the EI 144 that gave the lands in the Achimota forest to criminally minded politicians who are waiting, but I've been waiting to see whether they will be able to enter the forest. Because the youth of this country are ready to mark them boot for boot if they enter the Achimota forest. Flora and fauna, the only place that gives us that oxygen in the whole of Accra is that place, that small place. You have sold all the lands. The only place, even there, they have turned it into a prayer camp. When you enter the forest, this church has this camp, this church, the animals are even running away. I don't know why the Forestry Commission or have allowed that to happen. That a forest house is supposed to host animals, to have and peaceful, always, here baba, here baba, here baba. You are driving all the animals away. It cannot happen.
Here what?
Here baba, here baba. When you enter there, and they are not shy of it. Each one has his camp. This one prayer camp. This one prayer to do what? They pray and come and steal from us. They go and pray and come and steal from us. They pray and come and tell our mothers and fathers that they are witches and wizards, as though they will never get old.
Which church do you attend?
You say?
All right.
You are asking me of my church. I believe in God. That is all I do. But the truth of the matter is that that singular act, now they've been able to revoke the LI 2462 that allowed mining in the forest. It's a good thing. The president must put the icing on the cake by revoking the EI 144. I tell you, the ancestors will smile at him. I tell President Mahama that when he's able to do that, his ratings, approval levels will move to the roof. These are the sort of things that you do that you actualize the spirit of the ancestors. That you mean business. That you want this country to develop. We are now 34 million. At the time we were acquiring these lands, our population was not near 10 million. No, so between then and now, which of the periods that the government needs land more than ever?
Because by the time Nkrumah even were less than 6.
Absolutely. This is the time the government needs land to even give to investors to invest in hefty projects. Individuals go and take, and then they use it, they build on it, and then charge the citizens dollars. Hefty amount. People are sleeping outside. They are unable to afford accommodation because the private sector has hijacked it. The last time I was telling you that if you were to check the EC boss.
You mean they have hijacked with their political cronies?
Political cronies. The EC boss, J. Mensa, the land adjacent. All of a sudden, a property that belonged to the Ghana, the tourism authority, has now been transferred to the husband. For what reason?
The title?
Title. Now that the husband is the owner of that property.
Well, he's not here.
So everything must be grabbed. It must be no. So you
no,
people.
But if you went through due process,
what due process? You were the electoral boss. All of a sudden, a property that belongs to the Ghana Tourism Authority.
If you are giving a state land, you will not take.
I don't believe in that. Okay. I don't believe in that. I believe that if it is a state land, it's for all of us. The state must put it to good use to benefit all of us. Go and see how much they have sold the lands to themselves. The former chief justice, didn't she buy a whole land at Kantuma 7,000? But for Professor Mills, you know where the Foreign Affairs Ministry is now? They have sold it to former chief justice and go. Some were exchanging their land from Ablekuma for lands at airport. I'm a valuer. How can you do comparative analysis with the land at Ablekuma to that of airport and exchange it? That they are all in the same location.
All right.
So it's a good move, but the civil servants at the Lands and Lands Commission who have been aiding these politicians. The last time Rashid Pepo told all of us that when you go and sit on the setting committee and you are done, they thank you with land. As though when they were going to the Ministry of Lands Commission, they had lands with them. You cannot be dashing our lands. Let the land remain for the state and let's use it for our development.
All right. Let me read a couple of comments. This one is coming from Delight. Says that tell Solomon that I really admire and wish to hug him. I want to hug. One of
the man.
And okay, so to buttress Solomon's claim on prayer at Achimota Forest, same is happening in KNUST Botanical Gardens. It looks like you have people who are joining your chorus.
That's what is happening everywhere. Mana West, we are praying.
It's terrible.
Mana West.
And that's coming from Nuku as well. And we have more comments coming through. All right, so Prince Derek AJ then sends me a whole one on cabinet approval of the retrieval of the state lands and its implications. Prince Nania York, watching us from the UK, says Bawumia will win the upcoming election not because he truly deserves it or earned it on merit, but because the system has been deliberately arranged for him to take power now, only to be defeated in 2028 by whichever candidate the NDC fields. Meanwhile, the United Party must quietly position itself, likely staying low-key and strategic to capture seats from both the NPP and NDC, setting the stage for it to merge as a significant force in the 2032 elections. Prince Nani Ayok, I didn't know you were a political scientist. And Ebo Bachman says the primary is not about choosing who can lead the party to victory in 2028. It is a battle over who controls the soul and direction of the party in opposition. Deep down, they all know that winning 2028 election is an impossible mission. And Lord Kofi Teman says the leadership of the NPP from day one has been structured and rigged for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So there's nothing scientific about all the polls, including Dr. Zaato's. Hey, all of you. And okay, so we have a couple more messages coming through. Let me just also go to our stream and then also read the messages from there. So I have a couple more. This one is coming from Kwabna Into. I see your message. Kwabna Into. Good morning to you, Kwabna Into. I can't read that one. And to Yemole Yemo, and then a couple more also say, this one, Daniel.
I love the name, Yemole
Yemo. Yes, she's gone. She lives in the UK.
Can you explain the meaning of Yemole Yemo?
No, I don't know the meaning.
It's a lovely name. It's a beautiful name.
It's a beautiful name.
Yes.
Very beautiful name.
Anytime I hear the name, I'm like, wow. Yemole Yemo.
And then Yao Febri is on our stream. Why should the state revoke state land that have not been audited as cabinets have approved? We are very certain that every state land sold to an investor was sold on memorandum of understanding for a particular purpose and a price that was agreed upon by both parties. We do not want the government to retrieve state lands just because of political sentiment or the person or the entity is close to the NPP. All those state lands that have been acquired by people or entities should be directed to develop for the intended purposes, not the decision to collect because of a new government which is in power. There have been reactions to the message as well. Joshua Darkon says, TV3 are with you because of Solo, so you people should honor him. Okay, the next time we'll bring a plaque. By close of the year, we'll bring a plaque. Honor him.
Plaque.
And then Gerald says that if MPP elects Bawumia, NDC should elect Apia Stadium to compete in. That's oh, please. Isaac Yiji says that if Alan had not left the NPP, Solo's talent in communication would have been buried. 100%. Solo, they say you are better than the communicators. And then Yemo says, Roland, Yemole is a firstborn.
Oh,
girl. So firstborn.
Oh, Yemo.
So Yemole.
Firstborn.
Firstborn.
Yemo. Firstborn.
Martin Jan, I'm in the USA. Whenever it's morning, I look out for Solomon because I love him. We're grateful that you watch us from the USA. Everybody is on stream. When it's and then Kwesi Pano says that romantic Solomon.
Oh.
You say, what do you say that? And then Richard Nketia also says that they love you as well. But please, gentlemen, thank you very much for making the time to pass through. Dr. Zaato too as well.
But you know he's campaigning in Tumu.
You know that one of our correspondents was beaten by
No. When I heard it, my name is Solomon.
Yeah, it's called Solomon. We'll show you the pictures. Yes.
No. We cannot tolerate that.
It's so terrible. It's so terrible. I mean, it's despicable. When I saw the thing, I mean, we can't do this. It's very bad. And I think leadership is watching it closely, and then they'll be dealt with seriously. I mean, this government is a government that will make sure that we allow the media to flourish, to perform their work unheated. I mean, it's terrible. At this state of our democracy, we shouldn't be having this kind of thing. Having the media being dealt with like this is not the best at all, completely. We completely condemn that, and I'm happy government is taking it up seriously on that matter. I mean, you shouldn't do this to them. Even if you think that the person is intruding and other thing, that's not the way to go. There are several ways to deal with them and all this. This is not the way at all. We shouldn't have this in our democratic culture at all. And I think something must be done about it. It's despicable. When I saw the thing, I was furious. I mean, you can't do this to somebody who is reporting. And interestingly enough, these are people who bring out information that we don't know. That some of us far off from the scene will come and tell us what it is. And they help in building the peace. Because if they don't bring out some of the issues over there, you won't get to know how to design the peace processes that we are looking for. And if we now subject them to this inhumane treatment, in fact, it's brutish. It should not be part of our life.
It's unfortunate. I think this was carried out by the military, right? And that's part of the problem that we have. You know, the military's orientation, they are trained for combat. And so they are unable to deal with civilians when they come closer. That's why it is always advisable that the police leads. If the military will be introduced to do duties meant for the police, then they must have a unit that will begin to have that training just like the police. Because what you have done, to what benefit would it be to the armed forces and also society at large? Remember, they are being paid from our tax revenue. The military is serving, it's becoming one too many. The posture with them as though they have the right to be beating people around. No, it's not good. They have a lot of good minds, brains there that they has to go through that orientation. The Ghana Journalists Association must take it up and deal with it. And also, there has to be a collaborative work between your Journalists Association and the military, because elsewhere, the military works closely with the journalists so that things that are for national security purposes, you don't even report. You hear US. When US is going to bombard Iran, you check all their major news outlets. They all sing one song. That's from the national security perspective. I don't think we have that system here. And that is where the standard operating exactly. So that we understand ourselves. So that when the journalist knows that here, you are not supposed to say A, B, C, D. I don't think they will do otherwise. But you have not provided them with the training. But you expect them to be behaving in a certain way. And then more on top of it, humiliating them like this is not the best of situations.
In our early years, the military will undertake combative training for you. The BBC, for example, they have a formal combative training. So because they send their journalists to war-torn countries and all that.
You see, but Ghana Armed Forces is one of the agencies I admire a lot. I admire them, the discipline in it.
Because you are giddy.
No, I like them. I mean, In fact, it was one of my first point of call.
Yeah.
In the 80s, I nearly joined there, and they were still young. Yes, I like them. I like them. The discipline in it, the professionalism in the armed forces. Just some few of people who try to create this bad name for them, and I know they will stand up to it.
Okay.
And then they make sure that they continue to have that respect that we accord them. I love them a lot. I mean, when they are out there and they are doing their work, internationally, they have gotten a lot of awards for bravery and all that, Ghana Armed Forces. And we continue to give them that reference.
Well, we hope that we'll hear from the military, and then the Ghana General Association will be having a press conference today as well. They'll talk about this and a number of issues as well. And Mohammed Awal Osman says that he's also watching the wonderful show because of everybody's, including Solo from Germany. Obrimpong Kaba says that he's never missed the Wednesday edition of the show as well. And then Ruben is watching from Bunkrugu. Okay, Bliss says you're a legendary communicator. Okay, so, all right. If you want to look smart and fashionable, make sure you visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin is offering an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics, all ready to wear, all coming in beautiful designs and colors for both men and women. Now with Woodin, you get to be creative and versatile with your designs. You also get to be confident and get to show off how truly African you are in Woodin. Go to a Woodin boutique near you today. Get to choose from their variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. And make sure you follow them on social media. A former Deputy Trade Minister, one time was a journalist, but became a member of Parliament for Ifia Kwesi Mintim, subsequently now known as Kwesi Mintim, is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to you, the Honorable Joe Beduansan. Wishing you all the best for the day. Philip Colley of Smart Shipping Company Limited, as well as Proselyte Group Limited. You're also celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. But if you're ready to scratch, win, and live your dreams, then it means that Review, Scratch, and Win is here to change your life. And this is what they're telling you. You just have to dial *850*3# and you get to win amazing prizes. And remember, this also is regulated by the National Lottery Authority. So again, dial *850*3#, or you can also visit their site. That is scratchforwin.com to play now. They say it's easy to play. So all you need to do is to make sure that when you dial, you're going to get a prompt, and you can do that on all network. And then you select your preferred stake. And so they have a number of categories there. You also get to choose your lucky card out of 5 existing options. You confirm your selection, and then you get to enter your Momo pin. You receive the game result and wins instantly. It's easy, fun, and exciting. And so get ready to scratch, win, and then also get to live your best life with Review, Scratch for Win. Just from up to 1 million Ghana cedis, all up for grabs, just by dialing *850*3#. That's a short code for you to play, okay?
All right, so I was for sometimes maybe someone who say, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe Krano. Aya, a then NPP for man a microphone. A then an NPP for 8 million Yankoponi. Bon sematiko na omutimima Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe microphone so on kasa wudwumadi ase. NPP for yiro mo bro mo eya ade na Ghana for asase ase omunya likeness kakra bi di NPP party na omu di microphone akoma Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe na wase bibia bibia so bese na nye anya ebia party anazi onwa ni party ni mu na wako create confusion na afedie party no omuti ahase ekeka bom bobara na when kwa na ekoma Matthew Opoku Prempe microphone in the first place when na kache ni se onkasa when na kache ni se onko honom as an same kesi utumi bi wa no koka MPP dey better position at you. I am Mr. MPP better position at you. Asa agro. MPP better position at you. I'm telling you. On better position at you. Yes. On better position at you. Because they are not ready to what? To speak well to the people of Ghana. Asem wenka mnapo huyanka wanka. Se kanapo wanka sa asem huyanka de ne beba. Se cabinet amotna. Udi imagine se napo etwa sa side ni firimu na wanka se cabinet omuko. Nipa no mu yanyansafo. Obi eni wan onyense ni chen. Baumia. Enti baumia ni nyansa mponi o. Jesus Christ. Se napo asene che on baumia again. Eti baumia ni nyansa mponi. Ena economy no na emu ayire tawe. Na inflation na kwa kodru 54. Na dollar nene nam 17. Na price of goods and services wired thing. Na fuel price ene nam 1 liter 25 cedis. Hey! Dr. Matthew Opoku prempe. Osi na baumia na wonyaza. Je na etu kuroma na baumia be ka se ko cabinet meeting a onya na fa ahodi because ile bi omo approve kura no na oni ho. Wa meka. Esi dan na ne obi owonyansa na okọ cabinet so mo ma nkasa. Obi owonyansa na me mega metie na mitima bobio suggestion bia me de ba bia no meni me ayi for meeting ye hia suggestion bia me create bia no na o ma na afama ye de adwuma na go through na dakoro me ko cabinet so na me raise concerns o mo se ye ntia se mo ankasa ana so mo ko fa decision bi o mo se ye ma wonko bi ana se ye be kan wo wachi. What does that means? What does that means? It means no much say here baumia no mo do jisika. But in the actual sense, no, you don't have integrity. You don't have what it takes to be on that cabinet board meeting. You see, baumia nana a year prempe Matthew Opoku ajima so nana se man hia fi ho aye nana. Wama ye hu se ensem a o kan bia no enokor se baumia wabon because baumia ni nyansa mponi o na sebi enka okoye bi ti se chama wuntumi asebi obi na no kasa ni how se nyama kemenya trouble na okay anye chama wuntumi okoye so obi emeritua no membodi. You see sometimes ya mo microphone ya duko dwumadi bi ase ni ya ka kire ose kasa na se wan joti a by the time we realize no na wa kan asem a wo wan kasa wo personality na why dem na wadi fame personality na wadi ho akem se duko dwumadi bi ase ya ka kire ose yen ka asem we na wan hwe paper no so na wadi utim ka na wan fa se bi adwen anto ho na wonye strategic person, experienced person, somebody who can communicate very well in public. Ube canon fa. Ube we program no. Na omode recording ni be chirawo. No mbeka se nsem we wuna okan ye. Asim we wuna ye. Wuna oya ashim we wuna okan oya. Ayeso obi an buafu. Aya ode nya abotre so obi bufu na apeso hu ni secret a. Tie no. Obe kan secret na obe yi ni suban nyina di e di achirawo. Se ni suban no 100% be about 80 to 90% at the actual the instant one. Sa no be asebi or unprepared to give a communication or to give something out. Be say obekasa or kasa anyhow. The person speaks anyhow. Eti Matthew Opoku prempe. Why na man microphone? MPP mo position na muti o. Baby adi adri. Baby ma struggle nka mudi ye de kakra wo Ghana fo ani mu. Ana ma say mama tu Opoku prempasa sa anwe bio. Teach me say baumia na wo nya sapo na economy no. Yankasa etikrom ha say yehwe anoma bi ni so kira wadwe comment section ma hanom story means number 1 authentic platform egati nyankopon kan na onhyira papa wo bra bia wo se no ewo yom makra wo bia bye bye.